Hello, I'm Taylour Tedder, City Manager for Boulder City, and welcome to Tedder Talks, a once-a-month look at issues and people impacting Boulder City. Boulder City has two great golf courses, Boulder City Municipal and Boulder Creek, which both draw locals, tourists, high school, and collegiate tournaments, bringing thousands of golfers to the courses every year. This year, Boulder Creek is celebrating its 20th year anniversary, and Boulder City Municipal Course is celebrating 50 years of operation. Joining me today is Andy Schaper, Director of Golf and Operations for Boulder City's courses. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you, Taylor. Thanks for having me.
Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My journey started in Apple Valley, California. It's a small town similar to Boulder City. It's about 3 hours south of here on your way to Los Angeles. I think like most people, grew up playing all the sports, spent a lot of time outside, came from a family that kind of outdoorsy and doing some things. My senior year in high school there, had a couple of things that happened for me that didn't know at the time, but were big life changers. Lucky enough to meet my wife, and I got my first job in the golf business. From there, I jumped around to a few golf courses, down to Temecula Creek Inn, Redlands Country Club. And in 2000, I got a job with the PGA of Southern California to help open the golf course down in Southern California. Some of the experience and knowledge that I gained there and some of the people that I met helped me to accept the position here at Boulder Creek in 2002. That's when we started our family. We moved up here and have kind of grown some roots and love it. I have 3 children. My wife does some great things as a early childhood special education teacher. All 3 of my children have worked at the golf courses, and so it's been fun to have them around, and it's kind of a family affair.
You've been here for a while. What excites you about the role the most?
Well, I have to say there's a lot. Probably, time to reflect in 20 years recently with celebrating this anniversary. I would say where we started and where we've gotten to is very impressive. It takes a lot of people to get there, and have a great staff that I work with. Whether we're putting on a wedding, a banquet, just someone in for lunch, a golf tournament, just a lot of things going on. And so we have a lot of special people that do a great job, and I'm just excited about where we're at now. A lot of hard work, dedication. Some of the other things I'd have to say that really excite me is we see people from all over the country, all over the world sometimes, and we get to kind of show off our great little city of Boulder City. And, they get to see in the large area of Southern Nevada, this small little town that I think is a little bit of Midwest, and it's a lot of fun.
Boulder City's working to eliminate grass to conserve water and reduce our usage. Can you tell me a little bit about the plans and the works for the courses?
Sure. So, golf in the Southwest is going to go through some challenges here with the water restrictions and some of the things that we have to do. So first, we've started in the most recent year of eliminating our overseeding process. So that's a big cost that we've started with. Over at Boulder Creek, where we have a desert native area in a lot of the golf course there, and when we opened, that was planted, we had to water that and see that mature. Well, we have now looked at reducing the irrigation head to where it's not shooting a 360 degree of water to just 180 and really just hitting the playable turf areas. We kind of identified a few ponds on the golf course. We're just, I think, in evaporation alone, it loses 6 to 8 feet a year. And a lot of the ponds on golf courses tend to have small leaks or something like that. So those ponds that maybe aren't necessary, we're going to reduce those and turn that into a desert native area. Over at Boulder City, older golf course, we do have a lot of non-playable areas where we're going to be removing turf here in the next few years that will reduce our water footprint as well. The golf course is 50 years old, and we still have the same irrigation system. So with that, looking at replacing that irrigation system is a possibility of about 25-30% savings just in water alone. And I think that gets us into where we need to be with what SNWA is asking for.
We already kind of talked a little bit about how that is a challenge, but what is the biggest challenge the courses face?
Well, obviously water. I think one of the major challenges that we've kind of gone through is we've seen a huge increase in play. If you look back over just 4 years, we're receiving 30,000 golfers a year than we used to in 2018. So, there's a lot of talk about the labor market and sometimes the shortage and the difficulty of getting people. And it's just been hard to keep up.
Sure.
Again, as we went through COVID, I've been lucky enough to probably keep about 90% of my staff. They've done a great job, and I can't thank them enough. But as we've increased in the amount of people that we're seeing each day, we really haven't increased our staff. So staffing's been a big issue. And just we are in a competitive market in Southern Nevada. There's a lot of great golf courses in town. And, again, just trying to make sure that we're fulfilling the expectation when people come is always a huge challenge, and it's an ongoing challenge, but it's a fun challenge.
What other plans are in the works for the courses?
Well, we have some big things coming up that we're really excited about. I would say about 10 to 12 years ago, we found a niche in college golf. Just alone this year, we're going to have 8 different college events.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's fun to, again, show off the golf course. We get to show off Boulder City a little bit. Next year, we start with having our first national championship for college golf with Division III. Division III men come. 2025, we get to have a national championship for Division II women, and then 2026, Division II men. For years, they never allowed national championships or regional championships in the NCAA. So they finally lifted that ban, and they went after over 90 different NCAA championships. And only 9 were awarded out of all the sports that they play, and we got 3 of them.
Thanks, Andy. We really appreciate all the work that you do and that your staff does. It's truly a wonderful job that you all do.
Well, we appreciate it too.
Well, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check out Tedder Talks once a month at bcnv.org/Tedder. We'll see you next month for the next Tedder Talks.